And first at 6, a developing story. What police say started as a domestic dispute between a man and woman ended in a shooting, sending an officer and the man involved to the hospital. This all happened just before 5 a.m. on South Colorado Avenue. That is not far from East Washington Street and Emerson Avenue on the east side. Our Amber Grigley has been on top of this all day and shares what we know so far in this investigation. Amber.
A busy morning this Memorial Day after a shooting took an unwanted turn involving officers and a man who is now fighting for his life. It was just before 5 Monday morning when officers were called to a home on South Colorado Avenue for a disturbance between a male and female. While en route, dispatch alerted officers that the man had a knife and the situation was quickly escalating toward the female. Dispatch advised officers that they could hear the man over the phone telling the woman that he was going to kill her. When the officers made it to the scene, they say they made clear and loud announcements identifying who they were as they entered the home. Officers say they were then confronted by the man, who then charged them with a knife in an aggressive manner, forcing officers to fire shots. 2 officers shot their weapons. The man was shot by one of the officers. The male was taken to the hospital and is listed in critical condition. An officer was injured in the crossfire, according to a release sent to WRTV from IMPD. A bullet hit the officer's vest. The officer was transported to the hospital and is doing just fine. Chief Taylor says that based on preliminary investigation, officers handled this properly.
Unfortunately, once again, we see that the officers of the IMPD often respond to situations where, unfortunately in this case, their lives are put in danger. I believe the officers responded appropriately and did what they needed to do in this particular situation. Our prayers obviously are with our officers always, but in this case with the other people that were involved, including the suspect. We hope that they will all recover.
As protocol, the officers involved who fired shots will be placed on administrative leave pending an internal investigation. Just hours after the shooting, IMPD revealed that body cameras were worn in this situation. Now, Chief Taylor says he hopes to get that footage released very soon, of course, pending conversation with the prosecutors. But for now, on the east side, I'm Amber Grigley, WRTV.
Amber, thank you for that report. And that was the second shooting involving IMPD in less than 48 hours. The first took place on the city's northwest side and sent 1 officer to the hospital. It happened on Saturday afternoon at a home on Kentstone Drive. That is near West 62nd Street and Michigan Road. Police say Keith Allender shot 2 of his neighbors and then intentionally shot a woman who tried to help the victims. Investigators tell us Allender then led police on a chase. Officers say he continued shooting at 3 vehicles during the chase before it ended on West 30th Street. That's when police say Allender shot and wounded a female IMPD officer. 5 officers then fired back, hitting Allender. He is now in critical condition. The officer is in good condition and recovering at home. IMPD says video from body cameras and from dash cams will be reviewed as part of an investigation by IMPD Internal Affairs.